No.
Okay, so you're not going to sleep, so that's a no right
Okay,
away,
okay.
unless you're seeing a different hypnotherapist than me.
Okay.
It's like a really light, relaxing trance-like, it's a brainwave above like sleep.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
like when my hypnotherapist hypnotizes me, I get into like a deep trance and
Okay.
like my body gets relaxed. I get tingly from head to toe. My conscious mind shuts down and my subconscious mind takes over. And that's where generally hypnosis becomes like a very healing process.
Okay.
And you just, some people do stage hypnosis and things like that. I do not do that. I'm strictly about healing or growth or
Right.
change or
And I
fun
love that. I
or
love
better
that.
sex or,
Okay.
like you said, past trauma, of course.
Right.
And people do past life work as well. But I refer my friend Janelle out for that. She
Right.
is hopefully going to help us with Yahweh's Healing
So
Center.
even with the hypnosis, is that kind of like, is it similar to the past life like Reiki sessions and different things, or is it kind of like something like totally different a little bit?
So
When you
I
think of past
can't
life regressions, is it
I can't compare the two because I've
okay?
never had that type of session myself.
Okay.
I only have like knowledge based off of that, like from reading or watching videos. But for like if you want to work through your trauma from your past,
Mhm.
you choose to like stand up to whatever hurt you or go back down to the inner child. And my session was like I picked my inner child up and put her on a bench with wings and
Wow. And see, I think that's
things
very,
like
very,
that.
very important for people to be able to get some type of healing in their life, because a lot of people do grow up with certain childhood traumas
They
that they
do,
can't heal
yeah.
from. So whether it's a Reiki session, whether they're going into meditation, you know, that hypnosis is a good thing to really get into. So I think I would like to do that too and encourage people to actually try a hypnosis session. Since Brittany is actually on here talking about it, you guys should actually try that. So make sure you guys hit her up for the hypnosis session. And I want to go a little bit into depth a little bit more too with the hypnosis session. Was it something that came naturally to you, or were like you taught as gradually on, or did someone teach you, or just it came to you
Okay,
naturally?
good question. So there's like in my coaching program through IPEC and through my Stephen Minister training, they do teach you how to like give people safe places to relax and calm down and like find visions and imagine themselves. But hypnosis is a deeper modality.
Okay.
It can be, if you're very left brain or right brain, it's great for both people because it calms down everything and brings you to like a really soft, quiet place. Like I know you love beaches, right?
Of course, of
You
course.
just like count from 5 to 0
Absolutely.
and you imagine your feet in the
so
sand.
you're really like able to channel in with these people
and kids, yeah, all
wow,
these years.
kids.
And like you asked if it came natural to me.
Mhm.
No, because the reading and the writing and the training for all this was really hard. But once I got past like reading the scripts and
Yeah.
like memorize them and then realize like if I custom create a script for you and your brother
Mhm.
to like, have six packs together or eat healthy
Right.
and plant-based together
Right,
and like
right,
you get to
right.
go back and like sit on the bench with him and like things like
Wow,
that. I
that's
make
beautiful.
custom scripts for people for what they're going through, what they want to accomplish, what they want to achieve. And then if you are a soccer player or a basketball player or a football player, every day, all day long, you listen to that recording and it becomes your reality. If you're quitting smoking, if you're letting go of a bad habit or an addiction.
So you mean to tell me that hypnosis can help you quit smoking?
Yeah, it's very, very well known
Wow.
for that.
Okay.
That and insurance covers it because it helps with smoking, it helps with weight loss, it helps with
Wow.
healing trauma, PTSD,
That's amazing.
disorders like biting your nails and pulling your hair and like being terrified of snakes or spiders.
Okay.
And
So we're gonna have to get a session. I'm gonna have to get a session
yeah,
going
or
with you a little
if
later.
you're a
Yes.
wonderful like Navy SEAL and you want to handle the cold water more, you're imagining how warm it is and your family's hugging you and holding you while you're in the water and that you're saving people.
So I have to ask super quick, how is it, how beneficial, how important is that? How beneficial is it to the children? Because like if they're already young, at a young age, they can actually heal right then and there if something's going on in their childhood. Like, how beneficial is the hypnosis to the kids, to the children?
It's even more beneficial because their minds are even more like open to the idea of hypnosis and trying, and their imagination is so there and open, so and they don't have as much stress or worry to let go of, to calm down, to focus on healing. So for the children, it's been very healing. Like, I work with all kinds of kids with dyslexia, with trauma, with their parents divorcing, with confidence issues,
And has that helped
anything.
them?
Yeah, GI issues. Yeah, it helps them all, because if you have celiac disease, but at one point you ate a bunch of shit, and or you want to go plant-based, like, you then listen to that recording and it replays in your mind, and you want it and you accepted it, and now it's your new behavior that you're letting
So you
spread
just
through
kind
your
of like
mind.
really reprogrammed yourself. So it's like an unlearn to relearn to learn.
Yeah. And then when you go to pick up something unhealthy, you're like, I don't want this.
Right.
I want this. And instead of saying you want it, you actually start doing it with the coaching and the hypnosis together. So my program's really unique because of all the different modalities I have and services I can provide. Like,
man, that's
we set a goal, then we follow through, like your brother
like,
did.
so, right.
I wish I could have met him.
I know. So,
he sounds like he would have been a perfect match for me.
Such a you guys would have been really good friends. He was a fitness coach, a life coach. My brother actually had degrees in the brain, so he studied the whole brain, the body. Like, he had like different things on the walls. Yeah. So he could tell you about what you are before you walk in the room, just different things. He knows how to act, react, and sense all of that good stuff. So, man, that's beautiful. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So let's talk about this book.
Okay. Let's talk about
Everything is a choice. Okay. So what is the inspiration behind this beautiful book? And yeah, explain the process, the thought process behind it.
From a young age, I wanted to write a book, and then like this image replayed in my mind since I was like 13 years old, and I didn't realize it until the book signing night.
Wow.
That like I redid the image that I wanted to be on something. And so once I got into coaching school, I decided 10 years ago I'd write my book, and then I finished 6 years later and published it myself. And I did it because people can't afford the one-on-one services and the therapy. And I really hate turning people away. I'm an ordained Stephen minister. That was my first training.
Yeah.
So that's a lay servant to help people,
right? That's what it's really all about too. And it's not all about all the time charging people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, just even an act of love and act of kindness. And that's what we do over here at Media Maze, saying he's always about that. We're always about that. Media Maze always about that. And it's a beautiful thing because, not all the time, we always look out for people in the community, and everything. So yeah, that's beautiful. Go ahead and explain some more about your book and everything.
I've done a lot of pro bono work, and I continue to do a pro bono work, and that's why I opened Yahweh's Healing Center, so that I could have a nonprofit where my employees were required to give thousands of hours of pro bono work to make the kind of money I make now.
And you said it's called Yahweh?
Yeah, God's Healing Center. I did it during my divorce.
Yahweh.
I was just I'm like a part of my tribe, and to be able to put the Sweat Lodge on my property, I knew I had to create a business and a church and a nonprofit.
And they call them most
for
high,
addiction.
So Yahweh, to be able to have it is Yahweh.
So I wrote this because people can't afford coaching or can't get to me because they're stuck in jail or stuck on the bus or working 8 jobs or providing for 3 kids by themselves. And I just wish I could have had something like this when I was really young to help me and open up my trauma and help me learn to be confident and look at my behaviors and question them, and strive to be a better person.
Have you given out like these books to like anybody, like often like just the streets?
Thousands, and lighters. Wow. Yeah, that's my plan for my book. So, and I spent a lot of money to write the book because of my learning disabilities. I had to pay my friend Cambria in high school a young girl to write for an adult.
Mhm.
And I just had her record while I spoke to talk, and then people had to read it out loud to me. Now
Wow.
I've advanced to a higher reading and writing level.
And where
So
can people actually go pick up this book at? Like everything is a choice through a coach's eyes. And I actually want to ask you too, once you answer that as well, because I'm looking at this book
you can get
and
it
I
on
see these.
Amazon or signing locally.
This is like super dope. I see these. No, look, y'all. If y'all can see, hold on. If y'all can see this book, and then she has writings on her body, y'all. And the writing says insecure, good, not good enough, fat, rejected, poor, angry, stuck, fear, lost, self. Like, explain the concept behind that, putting the markings on your body and those different kind of words and different things like that for the book, for people to be able to see that.
So this is a workshop for my clients once
Mhm.
they finish the book. The front of the words was who I was, and the back of the book is what I was becoming and what I was letting go of, and wanted people to have that same process while they read the book or saw the picture, so that they know that you could easily write it on your body, and water and God and the universe and everything you
Wow.
believe in that's bigger
This
than
is
you.
mine.
Yeah, I could
I'm
wash it
definitely
off.
gonna
And this
read
is
it.
yours.
I love reading books.
Thank
And
you.
then the back of this, yeah, you do have it on there. The back of it
Yeah.
says positivity, doing God's work, her brave, fun, beautiful, truth teller.
That's
And
the
you know,
hardest one, is to like
yeah,
be that humble truth teller for my clients. Like, no, you're not getting away with these behaviors or patterns anymore. You hired me and you set your boundaries and intentions,
right.
and we're gonna stick with it.
And see, you know what? That happened. Like my brother, he
And you're
did the
not
same
staying where
thing.
you
He
are.
did the same thing to people. He will actually have them check off a list because he wants to hold them for
Yeah.
accountable. Like my brother literally gives out certificates after they pass
Yeah.
their classes or the coaching and different things like that.
That's
He actually gives them
amazing.
certificates because he wants to show them like you can be more than who you want to be. It's all, everything is within inside you,
I
you
hope
know.
you keep that going.
Oh yeah,
I
never
really
give
hope you
up. My
are
brother
keeping
always told
yourself
me,
going.
yes,
That is
to
really
never give up.
cool.
All of that, yeah, absolutely. I love you, bro, Antonio. Um, oh my gosh, like I said,
Thank you.
this
Yeah,
this is an
this was
amazing
really
piece.
hard to design, and it took a lot of work for the photographers and just to put it all together. And then, like, I took the very first picture and spent a pretty dime, and I realized I wasn't hooked up, so I redid it because I thought you can't be that leader to all
Right.
these kids with
And you know
feeding
what?
tubes at Feeding Matters,
A lot of
because
these, and then a lot of people think of this stuff
that's how you
inside the
feel, but you
negativity,
never
right?
show
And
this.
then once you come out with the positivity too, because you have to write that on your mirror.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror and know who you are and say, I am, I can, you know, and different things
And
of
one
that
of
sort.
the other things with my programs is I hope people slow down, get undistracted, and get focused on what they want and what they feel and where they're stuck and where they need to grow. Because so much in our society, we're just on technology. We're moving so fast that we don't slow down to grieve.
Yeah.
We don't slow down to give self attention through, lots of things. So
Well, I
that's how
believe when they say
hypnosis
it's the
works
matrix,
too.
it's definitely the matrix because
Yeah.
people are living in
And
that.
I help people think, and the book helps you ask yourself questions. And the feedback I've gotten from the book is way different. Like, my intentions were just to help people, not
Mhm.
help rapists get put in jail, or all
Right,
these cool
right.
stories I've heard, or people, make millions of dollars because they finally like put themselves out there, or artists like my friend Jonah, like, finally put their career out there and go for it.
Right,
So
because it's all about too giving people a second chance, you know,
there's a
and not,
million
yeah,
chances.
right.
We're all good people inside. We all just make lots of bad choices, and some of us are dealt really, really bad hands,
Yeah,
and it
and
affects
don't
us
know how
because
to
we don't get the
overcome them.
help.
That's right.
And it adds up, and
Yeah.
it really affects our society. And I wanted to help change our society and help, make a difference in people's life that couldn't afford me or get access to me, and somehow get my book out to everybody. So that's why I started, using my extra cash in the business to give it away to people at McDonald's,
Wow.
and then Caviar Gold started making me a brand ambassador as a med
See?
patient. And we started teaming up and making these lighters with the cover of my book on it to help people get access to mental health and products that help with anxiety and sleeping and eating and
Wow. Okay, we gonna get into we
other
gonna get into
stuff.
that.
So
So these things actually can bring out the best in you. So let's go more into the bring out the best in you. LLC. What was like the inspiration behind that? The mission, the organization, all of that good stuff. What was the mission behind that?
So since I was a little girl, everybody always said that I brought out the best in them. And when I was naming my company, my ex-husband and I were talking about names, and we were like, bring out the best in you would be wonderful. It matches you. It matches what you want to offer people. And that's where we came up with that name. And it matches what you do.
Wow.
People see you, and then they bring out the best in themselves with the support and the modalities and the love and the caring energy that we have to give for them, and just the authentic
Wow.
healing that I provide and the custom healing.
Can you explain like a transformation moment or a story where somebody like stayed with you, or that you changed their life, or just like can you talk about that a little bit too as well going into that?
Yeah, so I've worked with widows, I've worked with a lot of people. One of the hardest cases I've done is like when people have a lot of deep loss and being there and holding their hand through, like a teenager watching her grandma die. That was really
Wow.
hard, but very rewarding being there and helping her. And transformation stories are like, you know, helping people that have severe anxiety and PTSD be able to go back in public and live again and
Mm,
live a fulfilling life. Like, there are endless stories, small and big, how I've helped fear girls
mm,
get confidence and get through their parents fighting and divorces, or I gave a man pro bono work so he could get through chiropractic through PT school because
man.
I just felt like he deserved it. So
Right.
there's
That's
over the
beautiful.
last 10 years, there's just so many transformation, like hundreds of pounds of weight my clients have lost together, and people quitting smoking, or
Yes,
people
yes.
being proud of having AIDS and dealing with that, or
Mm.
people being raped and standing up for their voice, or people no longer stuttering.
We
Um,
need more of you like that out there
and
because
Allie, my friend, is in this book, and she got strangled by
mm,
her husband's uncle,
wow.
and her survival stories in here. And she inspired me how she got through her trauma and her loss. And I still have nightmares about the full story, to be honest, but
Mm,
getting to be her person and watch her raise her 3 kids, and
yeah.
that was pretty cool too. But they
Yeah.
do all the work. I just get to be there.
Right. Right.
But it makes a difference to have someone that really cares.
Yeah. Man,
So,
that's beautiful because I like I said, I this just even you talking about it and talking about these different stories and these life transformations and stuff, it inspires me a lot too because growing up in the city of St. Louis where there's crime rate is like crazy. I grew up in the streets, because that's the only thing that I kind of like knew. My brothers kind of like really much pretty much raised me a little bit when I was younger, and just different things like that. So a lot of the stuff that I was learning from my brothers and my peers as I got older, it shaped me and coached me in a way to where I am today to be able to be doing this.
yeah.
Because I was off in the streets, I was selling weed and just doing a lot of stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing because I didn't really have those different type of relationships with sisters and different things like that and peers and family growing up. And I know you just talked about that with your story and just different things too with
I got back to
even
the
your mom.
hotel room when I was deep in Mississippi, and I was crying for 90 minutes
Yeah.
because the dogs were starving, the kids were starving, they had no running bathrooms. The stories that the people told me of the trauma they went through,
Yeah.
I was like, and this is happening in America. I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
the drugs and the loss and the lack of opportunity and how stuck they felt.
Yeah.
I just wish they had services to
And
help them.
then
I
most
can't
of the
believe you
time,
grew up there. It
yeah,
was
and then look,
a
most of the
very cool
time,
experience.
most of the time, the foster care systems aren't right either.
No,
Most of the
they're
time,
not. I'm
because
sorry, they're
I mean,
not.
CPS is it. Oh my God,
It's a
there's
joke.
just so
I
many
was a
stories
foster
about
mom
that.
too. Like, I wish churches and private entities had the opportunity to help more children, and I would hope we would have a better structure for children to feel like they're in real loving homes. And where you grew up is even worse system than here in Arizona. So not to get political.
So when I got down here, it's I got into a little bit of a nonprofit organization that helps with abused and neglected kids. It was called Child Help. And you've probably seen it around with Arizona or whatever, but it was a organization where these kids, they get abused and different things, and then we give them enough like necessities, because they come to the center with trash bags. They don't have anything, but their clothes and just different things like that. So a lot of these stuff, when we run away and when people run away and different things from these foster care systems, it just means that they're trying to run away so they can build a better life for themselves, because sometimes they don't even get a good life in the foster care. Sometimes you may look up and get something, but then too, you gonna be raising yourself.
And I'm grateful we both went through that, so we can be here to inspire people to know that they can do anything. With their life. And I think that's one of the positive things about social media. Because a lot of people put themselves out there to show us like, they can do anything. So
what role, because a lot of people need this too, what role personally and professionally, what role does faith play in your life?
Me personally and professionally.
What role does faith play in your life?
It's my foundation. God is my foundation, and I believe in Jesus Christ. And I live a wild life, but I live through God and His intentions and His love and light. And I own 2 Christian companies.
Wow!
But I support everybody's faith and what they believe in, and I go in that direction or the parents' direction, whatever's healthy and safe for people.
Okay.
So yeah, both companies are Christian, and I do like keynote speaking for like the Knights of Columbus and religious stuff, and pray to God I don't swear. And then I do, speaking engagements. Like on the 28th, I'm doing a book signing for a drag show.
Wow.
So, and I'm really excited.
So let's talk about these. Explain a little bit about what these are and how they help. Because you have your own cannabis line, right? So no, not cannabis, but.
So I had a feeding tube for 13 years and I couldn't eat. And my friend Greg and Amber said, you need to think about using marijuana as an option so that maybe you'll stop throwing up and you could eat. And I was like, okay, I need therapy for this. So I got hypnotized to be able to smoke pot. And then fast forward, Amber and Greg became managers for Caviar Gold, which is Cavi Mike.
Right.
And they started giving me these products, and I started to realize I could eat even more with his product.
Wow.
And so a couple years later, they asked me to be the brand ambassador as a patient.
Wow.
And now I'm a brand ambassador with a patient, and I now get to work on a team of people, because before my company was started, it was just me. So this is a really great brand, and I use it for eating, and some people use it just to get high or relax.
Right.
Yeah, they team with me so that my book gets to more people, and so that, they're making a difference in the community, showing people mental health matters.
And what does it
We're
say
here
on
to
the,
help with patients. It's a live Cavi. From Cavi Cone or from Cavi Mike, and like he has this cute little patent here. I love this, and smoking with this. So you can find us all the time for free lighters, and I always buy as many books as I can to give out. And at my next event, we're selling them to help raise money on January 11th.
I want to go back a little bit too, to just the journey a little bit, if you want to talk about it, with the feeding tube. Like, what happened with that situation, like with the feeding tube?
So 6 weeks after I got married, I had a surgery, and I wasn't a candidate for it, and it went very wrong.
Yeah.
My stomach twisted and paralyzed, and I went septic, and it made my stomach stop working and my bowels stop working. And I had 4 stomach surgeries in that month or 3. And then they tore me up multiple times. So I was stapled, and I had tubes down my throat to breathe and live. And at the time, my husband was leaving for Berkeley.
Wow.
So his family and him were there for me, and it was really traumatic. I didn't realize it at the time, but 13 years of changing feeding tubes, eating from a tube,
Right.
having sex with a tube, throwing up constantly. Every smell made me throw up. Life was just really fucking hard.
Right.
Because I was just so sick, and then my stomach was empty all the time, which made me even sicker. And my nutrition was bad, and my weight was really low.
Right. And from all of that you had, you were able to heal from that. How were you able to heal from that through that process? Did this help you too? Like
Yeah,
you said, too,
marijuana,
well?
hypnosis, and like working out and pure like pushing through constantly, still throwing up and throwing up, like, and working through all of that. And when I work out more, I get to use less edibles and smoke, and I have to fast a lot.
Okay.
So that I can drive.
That's very important to fast. A lot of people don't do that, but it's important to at least even fast for 3 days, at least, or 2 days, so you can get all the toxins out and different things like that. And not a lot of people.
And then my friend is driving today, so I could eat and smoke because I had fasted too much. Because my body sometimes just won't eat because they nicked the main artery in my they nicked my vagus nerve. Wow. And so it's caused long-term side effects and eating issues. And my stomach's the size of a golf ball now. Wow. So I have to eat a lot long-term and smoke and, eat edibles to survive. But it's better than this hanging out of your body 24/7 with a backpack.
So we talked about,
when you read it, you'll totally understand more.
So we talked about your book, Everything is a Choice. We talked about Bring Out the Best in You, LLC. We've talked about the brand that you have, your cannabis brand. Do you have any more brands? I know we talked about the hypnosis, you being certified hypnosis, a life coach, that different things. Oh, you also have you also do like sound baths and different things like that too as a part of your healing thing.
So my next journey in 2025 is to start recording my sound bath therapy with Hypnosis CD or SoundCloud, they call it now.
Yeah.
And create a series where people can get hypnosis through music and sound bath and me. And the other journey I have is I'm working on transitioning Yahweh's Healing Center into a nonprofit.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
That specializes in addiction purification process. Yeah, I have a lot to share.
Wow. So what's next? Like what's next for your vision for the light for 2025? Like what's next for you? Because you're doing so much. You're healing people. You got a lot of stuff going on. I need to be where you at. Part of your
Well, I wanted to be where you were at too. Well, I'm going to continue to be a brand ambassador for Caviar Gold because it's just a great product, and I'll probably start working on my second book. I think I'm going to name it Breaking Through to Society or Breaking Society. I haven't decided. To help with like some of the things that gap us as a society. Okay. To bring us all together. So I just hope that we all start to move forward in 2025 and start to focus on self and becoming a better community, definitely, and not overspending.
Healing is important. That's the important part of the journey, guys. Make sure that you're healing yourself completely. Self-love is the best love, and make sure that you're not being more on your cell phones and being less off of your cell phone, and just making sure that you have enough meditation music or whatever your favorite tune is. You're getting out in the morning, you getting on your daily walk. And it's very important too. I want to say this too, super quick too, to everyone. Make sure that when you get up in the morning, your cell phone isn't your priority. Because
to even be in your bedroom.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? And you're not even supposed to sleep with yourself.
On social media, you're not living your life. You have to be in your life to feel it, to enjoy it, the ups and downs, the emotions, the passion, the fun.
You get one life of yourself, and hey, you gotta take advantage of it. You gotta live your life to the fullest. All of that good stuff. I always make sure when I get up in the morning, I do my 6 mile walk every morning. I do my meditation, whatever it is that I can get out. I do that because I have to take care of myself. People can wait. People can wait. And then not only that, you want to set the mood you want to set the tone for your day, because a lot of people, when you wake up in the morning, you scroll through your cell phone and then you see something you don't like, then that's gonna program in your mind, and then now your day is messed up. So you want to have something positive to, wake up to every morning,
Yeah, I agree. I
Okay.
hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas.
Yes,
and
yes.
Thank you again for letting me get to know you and
Oh,
listen with you
absolutely,
guys.
man. I appreciate this, man. This is such a beautiful experience, such a beautiful thing to have you on today. Also, if any, yes, play that. I love that. I love the tone. I love the setting with that. That's just so beautiful. If you
I hope
can,
to be a part of this.
oh,
This is
you
so cool,
definitely
guys.
will
Look at
be
this
a part
magazine.
of Media
He
Made
has like all
magazine.
three for me to be able to share.
We're nationally publication. You guys can pick us up in Kroger, 7-Eleven, Books A Million. Like I said, we're nationwide. You can go to MediaMadeMagazine.com and purchase them from there. Guys, we're everywhere. Make sure you follow Media Made Magazine on all social media platforms. Make sure you follow me, myself, which is S Mills Media. Before we leave, is there anybody that you want to give any type of shout outs to, inspiration to? And if not, go ahead and plug your social medias too and let everybody know where they can follow your workshops, where they can get these hypnoses and different things of that sort from.
I want to say thank you to my friend Jonah for playing the guitar and singing and driving me so I could use medicine today. And I'm Cuddlebug Brit on social media. That's my personal page, and my website is Bringing Out the Best in You, with the letter U at the end.
We definitely gonna be doing a lot of amazing things together. I definitely want to work with you because your story inspires a lot of people. It even inspired me today. So this was just a beautiful experience. I love your story. And looking forward for you to come back to Media Made magazine where we can do this again, chop it up again to all of the beautiful stuff that you're gonna have going on in 2025. And if there's anything that you need with Media Made, let us know. We got you and everything. So thank you.
And I just thank all my friends and family for getting me through all the hardship of my divorce and my medical issues.
That's a blessing.
Just getting me here so I can continue to help people.
Yes.
Because it's been hard for both
Beautiful
of us.
Story.
Right?
Yeah. And look at us now. You can be wherever it is that you want to be. Say, I am powerful. I am strong. I love myself. Whenever you speak those words into existence, you can manifest anything you want. So wake up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror, speak those words, speak good over into your life, and you can have anything and everything that you want. With that being said, peace.